incredible threats of violence bring back 2 decades worth of trauma for Coloradans.
The world looked on helplessly as this French landmark burned.
MSU Denver's baseball team has been on fire, but can they stay hot after 2 straight losses? The Met Report starts now. Thank you for joining us on the Met Report. I'm Tony Almanza.
And I'm Haylie Corey. The most exciting festival of the semester was here this week, sponsored by the MSU Denver Office of Student Activities, CU Denver Events, and CCD Student Life. Spring Fling once again filled the campus with entertainment, outdoor activities, food trucks, and student organizations, and more.
One of the things I love about Spring Fling is that all the students from CCD, UCD, and Metro can all come together and socialize and interact with one another.
Life can come with many mental and emotional challenges, especially as a college student and young working professional. Many students might feel like they're alone as they attempt to balance their personal, academic, and professional lives. For each of us, recognizing time out for ourselves could mean the difference between feeling bright or burned out. At the area campus, we want to remind students that they have resources available. The Student Engagement and Wellness Center, located in Tivoli Room 311, is full of trained professionals who are ready and happy to listen.
A new initiative could change how Denver treats the homeless. Reporter Hunter Oshval has more.
Denver's homeless population has been rising steadily in the last decade. In 2012, Colorado lawmakers passed an urban camping ban that bars anyone from sleeping or setting up temporary shelters in public spaces in Denver. Voter Initiative 300 would undo the 2012 ban and give anyone the right to seek rest and shelter in all of Denver's public spaces, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Initiative 300 would also give Colorado citizens the right to live in a legally parked car.
It seems to be an issue that the city of Denver itself is more avoiding, and this Initiative 300 does seem to be a way of remedying that, but I don't know if it's the right direction the city should be going.
Proponents argue that Initiative 300 will help improve the quality of life of Denver's homeless population, giving them, quote, the right to survive. Opponents to the ordinance argue that allowing anyone to set up shelter on sidewalks and in public parks will harm small business owners and tourism. You will have the opportunity to vote on Initiative 300 this May. For the Met Report, I'm Hunter Oswald.
All right, guys, I don't know about you, but I had a blast at Spring Fling. I got so much free stuff.
Nice. I enjoyed walking around the festival, enjoyed the food, enjoyed the weather. I actually didn't want to go back inside, guys, because how nice it was outside.
Well, if you guys liked the weather the past couple days, you're going to love what I have in store for you this weekend. If we take a look at statewide current temperatures right now, we're going to see that it's mostly mid and upper 60s across most of the state as we speak. 60s, low 60s on the eastern plains, mid 60s along the Front Range, and a bit of 50s in the higher elevations. Current temperatures right now is 66 degrees, visibility at 10 miles. You can see forever currently. Rest of your day, 67 degrees right now, 72 at 4 p.m., 62 if you're thinking about heading out late for a late dinner. You might want to take a jacket with you. Today's high, 72 degrees, mostly sunny skies, winds out of the east-northeast at 8 miles per hour. However, warm tomorrow, storms on Sunday. We are looking at a chance of afternoon and evening storms Easter Sunday. You're going to want to make sure that you stay tuned so we can talk about that. The rest of the week, however, brief cool down on Tuesday, warming up on Thursday and Friday. We'll take a look at that in your 7-day forecast, but stay tuned. B Block is next.
A new ordinance could change how Denver treats its homeless population.
This local women's dance troupe is striding back to Colorado.
As the 2020 election approaches, Donald Trump's re-election campaign is already picking up steam.
What is Met TV? It's the Met Report for all your latest news. Noticiero TV Met, news in Spanish. Both on Denver Channel 58 and mymetmedia.com. Tune in for the latest in sports, engaging entertainment, and more. Also check out the Nightly Met, a Tonight Show. El Templo Futbolero for all your soccer news. Student Corner. Daytime Duo, a fun daytime talk show. MSU Denver Laughs for some fun improv, and Otra Onda, entertainment in Spanish. All this and more only on Met TV.
Biker Jim's brother.
The centuries-old Cathedral Notre Dame was on fire this Monday. Although
The blaze seemed devastating. Most of the building is still intact. Fortunately, the art was moved prior to the fire because of ongoing renovations. The only real damage happened to the spire, which France has vowed to rebuild. While the investigation is still underway, the cause remains unknown.
Credible threats have been made against Columbine ever since the shooting in 1999. As Columbine approaches the 20th anniversary of the tragedy, a recent threat made not just Columbine uneasy, but other Jeffco schools in the surrounding neighborhood. As well, Tristan Swan has more.
On Tuesday the 16th, just 5 days before the 20th anniversary of the Columbine shooting, one threat sent Jeffco police into high alarm, causing Denver Metro schools to lock out and close on Wednesday.
We take these threats seriously. It's certainly not the first threat that we've had that involves Columbine High School or references it. And in that regard, I know that this opens a wound, especially on an anniversary week, for those families who were most deeply impacted by this.
18-year-old Sol Pais traveled her way into Colorado and was able to purchase a pump shotgun in the Littleton area. The next day, Pais was found dead from self-inflicted gunshot wounds in Echo Mountain. As the anniversary draws closer, people aren't focusing on the tragedy itself, but the positive that comes from it. Survivors were able to tell their stories through a new documentary and podcast called Ripples of Columbine. Some have even found inspiration from the tragedy, such as the Hall sisters, who finished the Boston Marathon with that day in mind.
Each year, each anniversary, we feel a little bit stronger. And I think for both of us, running and specifically running marathons has taught us that we can do really hard things.
Even news stations here in Colorado are vowing that they will not show the shooters or any footage of the event, but wish to focus on the victims and celebrate their lives.
Several pet owners in Colorado are not aware of the importance of keeping their animals up to date on their vaccinations. It is not only mandatory in the United States, but necessary because vaccinations protect pets from dangerous diseases such as rabies. By simply taking your pets to the veterinarian for regular health checkups and routine inoculations, it will keep your furry friends healthy and strong.
A tripling in rabies cases, including some cats and dogs with rabies exposure. That one needs to be done based on the schedule, either once a year or every third year for cats and dogs to protect against that incurable disease.
What's 1900 degrees, colorful, and in Estes Park, glass blowing? Our reporter Yekta Skandari has more with the story.
On the corner of Bighorn Drive and East Elkhorn Avenue, a family legacy is brought to life.
It's a family-run business. My dad started 24 years ago, right around there. He had a friend that was a glass blower that needed help, and actually went and worked with the guy for 4 years and then fell in love with the whole process and has been doing it ever since.
Corey Clifton is the proud son and part owner of Mountain Blown Glass, a studio and gallery that was birthed 24 years ago when his dad decided it was their family's career path.
I mean, everything that we get in most cases is stuff that we do produce that they see. They just want to see it be made. So they'll come in, they're like, I really love this bowl, can you make me one? So we'll go through the steps in the process and make one for them and take them home.
Throughout the hours, they make different items. Depending on what the customer is looking for, they can choose from the widespread gallery to get a taste of what they really want. or ask for a customized piece.
It's kind of a little rotating cycle. People will come in, they'll sit down, they'll watch, and then when the piece is done, they'll get up and kind of look around, and then the people that were looking around will come grab the slots for the next one, and it's just a constantly rotating thing.
The Cliftons are really happy with the family business, and they couldn't imagine being anywhere else.
We're really happy with the small family-owned, family-run type of thing. I don't want to expand so much that we have to hire other people. Right now it's myself, my dad, my mom mostly. My nephew's working with us, my niece and nephew, I should say. They're coming up, and we'd like to kind of keep it that way.
For the Met Report, Yekta Eskandari.
A new local majorette dance troupe has come to Colorado, and they call themselves the Ladies of the 303. This majorette troupe is efficient in all kinds of dance styles, from hip-hop, jazz, pom, ballet, and battle squad. Dominique McNeil has more on the story.
Good day, everyone. I'm Dominique McNeil here live at the Performing Arts Studio, where the Ladies of 303 are having their wine tasting fundraiser so they can raise for their competition trip there in Las Vegas.
Ladies of the 303 is a local majorette dance troupe here in Colorado. This dance team not only has competed in local competitions, but national ones as well. They have even won a couple of awards in their competitions.
Since I've been here, we've won second and third place.
This majorette troupe has been open since 2015, where founder Courtney Hediger has been running it ever since.
This one for 4 years, but I used to coach at Manual for 2 years as well.
But prior to that, she has been dancing since she was a child.
I've always loved dancing. I've been dancing since I was a little kid.
She also tells me about their upcoming competition and why they were picked out.
We're going to Las Vegas for a dance competition for the show Bring It. They actually contacted me. My girls were really good. We've been working really hard for the past 4 years.
In a lot of majorette dance groups, there's about 20 to 30 girls, but the Ladies of 303 are pretty small in comparison.
At first we started, it was only a few of us, and now, as you can see, there's a lot more of us.
12 girls right now.
I spoke with some of the members and a parent about how this team has impacted their lives.
It has. My confidence is built a lot.
This team has helped me a lot in my growth for responsibility.
With her being on this team, I feel like she has learned a lot and progressed a lot.
Obviously, the team has made a huge impact within their community and those around them. Their upcoming competition is May 17th. This has been Dominique McNeil reporting.
A old legend is coming to theaters today, and our team got a first-hand look into the upcoming thriller.
The Boogeyman and Bloody Mary were some stories we were told as children to keep us in line.
I grew up with La Llorona, El Chupacabras, and El Cucuy.
A popular folktale in Mexico is La Llorona. She has struck fear into the hearts of children across the country for centuries.
Essentially, all I really knew about her, or La Llorona, was that she kind of just kidnapped kids who were misbehaving. So like, hey, if you're being mean to your brother, she'd come at night, she'd abduct you.
Yeah, there's thousands of versions of La Llorona, but the basic idea is that it is a woman who's abandoned by her partner. And then the children drown, or they're drowned by her, depending on the version. But all the blame is placed upon her, being that she's the mother, and child rearing is usually placed upon the shoulders of a woman, of the mother. The idea is that she either chases after the children that are swept away by the river, trips, hits her head on a rock, and her spirit is left by the river. And so she searches as a ghost for any lost children. So that's why they tell this story to kids, to stay away from rivers, especially in springtime.
All I will say is this movie is doing it kind of different, which I'm kind of excited about, but I'm kind of iffy about it.
If you're ready to be scared, The Curse of La Llorona is out today.
Weather, I'm student meteorologist Brenden M. Taking a look at national temps right now, 67 here in Denver, 61 in Kansas City. Very warm spot, 87 in Miami, but how about 91 in Phoenix? We're not seeing anything quite like that here just right now. However, we do have a large severe potential today. The Storm Prediction Center in Norman, Oklahoma has put out a moderate risk. That's this area circled in red right here. The largest threat associated with these storms is going to be strong winds, in excess than 60 miles per hour. But you can see that these enhanced, moderate, even the slight risk in yellow down here extends all the way down from the mid-Atlantic region into the Florida Peninsula. Now, here's why. Everything highlighted in red is a tornado watch. Again, you can see from Delaware, Virginia, all the way down into northern Florida, and even on the Gulf Coast of central Florida. Everything in yellow, severe thunderstorm watches. If it's a boxed yellow, boxed red, that is an actual tornado warning or severe thunderstorm warning. We don't have anything like this over here, but this is interesting weather. This is spring-like weather. This has progressed across the country. We talked about it on Wednesday, and get ready for some of this here because in June we are going to see storms like this. Now, over the next 48 hours, right now, very clear, barely a cloud in the sky. However, as we progress through and start looking at Saturday, we are looking at higher elevation showers, maybe a little bit of mixed precipitation. Sunday, though, Sunday afternoon, Easter Sunday, this is where it gets interesting. We do have the potential for some thunderstorms popping up along the I-70 corridor. In Denver, we're not looking at anything really severe, but there is definitely the chance for the afternoon downpour. So if you're going out Sunday night, maybe to a late church service, be sure to grab your umbrella. Now, Monday afternoon, for your commute down from, if you're coming from the north of Colorado down towards Denver, we have a chance of looking at some mixed precipitation. We're not looking at any accumulations. However, be aware that roads could be icy at times. However, tonight, 47 degrees, mostly clear skies, winds out of the south at 12 miles per hour. Tomorrow, 80 degrees, building clouds. The system is moving into the region. It's going to be bringing with it the moisture, the overcast skies. So as we progress throughout the day tomorrow and especially into Sunday, we're going to be looking at very cloudy conditions. 7-day forecast, Easter is on Sunday, 67 degrees. Again, nothing in the morning, but if you're headed out in the afternoon or late, we are definitely looking at that rain chance. Monday and Tuesday, cool down 50 and 62 respectively. Towards the end of the week, though, we're going to be well above average. We're going to be about 15 degrees above average to end your work week. So if you're looking forward to some warmer temperatures, you should love this 7-day forecast. How to watch us, as always, you can watch us on Facebook and Twitter at The Met Report and our website, mymetmedia.com. Now, stay tuned. Politics is next.
Hola amigos, les saluda Yahaira Hernández aquí para invitarlos a que miren su programa Otra Onda y déjenme les platico por qué. Tenemos entrevistas con artistas locales, música en vivo, tips de belleza y muchas cosas más. Y si todavía quieren aún más razones para verlos, aquí las tienen. Welcome to the Met Report political segment. I'm Yahaira Hernandez. Between tax day having passed on Monday and the 2020 presidential hopefuls releasing their first quarter profits, this week it's all about the money.
The Democratic presidential candidates all released more than 10 years of tax returns earlier this week, while some candidates, like former Texas Representative Beto O'Rourke and Washington State Governor Jay Inslee, reported less than $1 million. It was revealed that Senator Kamala Harris, Bernie Sanders, and Elizabeth Warren are millionaires. Sanders and Warren's wealth should come as little surprise, considering they each wrote best-selling books. While most of Senator Harris' income was actually earned by her husband, with Harris herself reportedly earning about $477,000 from her Senate pay and book money. It was also noted in an evaluation done by a right-leaning political institution that all of the candidates appear to be paying their fair share in taxes. Speaking of earning money, President Trump's re-election campaign has so far raised more than $30 million in 2019 alone. In the first quarter of this year, the Trump 2020 campaign brought in more than $30 million in donations. Combined with the $46 million raised by the Republican National Committee, it is estimated that the Trump re-election campaign has over $82 million, far outpacing the Democratic challengers who have amassed a collective $65 million. Senator Bernie Sanders' campaign raised $18 million in the first quarter, making his the highest earning Democratic presidential campaign thus far. The state of Colorado has been in a state of panic recently over the pressing dangers of firearms. We took our investigation to the source of the sales.
At Virginia Tech,
Newtown,
29 dead, 26 who were killed, children.
Terror, fear, and insecurity. These are the first thoughts that come to mind when seeing these mass shooting events that happen in a split second. In the last 6 years, approximately 2,000 mass shootings have been reported. In this, at least 2,297 people were killed and about 8,000 were injured. Many say that it's easy to get a gun in the state of Colorado, but to clarify doubts about the process and the necessary requirements when buying a weapon, I went to a gun store to talk with its owner, Edgar Antillon.
In the state of Colorado, 18 years old to buy a long gun, rifle or shotgun, and then 21 years of age to buy a handgun. Universal background check is also one that passed here in the state of Colorado in 2013, which means that even for private sales, you still have to meet up at a gun store.
According to a study by Box, we found a map of the country that shows that almost no states are immune to mass gun violence, even when crime and homicide rates in general have decreased in the last 2 decades. And even though people still pass their background check and are eligible to purchase a weapon, as in the case of Soul Pies, who in just minutes got to buy a firearm in Colorado, it forces us to ask what red flags gun sellers can perceive to lead to a potential buyer being rejected.
If we have an inclination that this individual is going to harm themselves or harm other people, we have every right to absolutely say no to that individual.
With the revision of criminal background checks, these now track records of domestic violence and driving under the influence, among other crimes. I went around and asked students if they feel safe on campus, and most of them said that they do feel safe, but they would like additional police presence around campus and more timely alerts when situations like this arise.
Ballerina.
Sometimes all it takes to be a dad is remembering how to be a kid again. Take time to be a dad today.
Why are you reading that trash? Read the Metrosphere.
Metrosphere is a magazine that highlights art, literature, and culture on the Rayer campus and the surrounding Denver area, created by journalism students while featuring work from English, art, journalism, and design students.
Who are you talking to?
Soccer fans are gearing up for Gold Cup Soccer's visit to Denver in June as the league announced its lineup of games to be held at Bronco Stadium at Mile High. Denver will be hosting Group A, featuring Mexico, Canada, Martinique, and Cuba. The group's play will open on June 15th at the Rose Bowl in Los Angeles, California. The group's second match day will come on June 19th at our very own Bronco Stadium here at Mile High in Denver, with the final round of Group A matches to be played on June 23rd at Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte, North Carolina. In other sports news, the White House has terminated an MLB deal with Cuba that would allow players to enter the U.S. and Canadian baseball leagues. A deal designed to stop human trafficking of Cuban athletes into America to play in the major leagues has been terminated by the White House due to the conditions in the MLB Cuba player contract that would pay 25% of the player's signing bonus directly to the Cuban Baseball Federation, which is an entity of the Cuban government. This had lawmakers such as Florida's Republican Senator Mark Rubio calling the deal both illegal and immoral, as it would be directly funding a foreign government. And speaking of baseball, with our very own Roadrunner squad in second place in the RMAC, I was able to catch up to the team before they headed down to Colorado Springs to take on the UCCS Mountain Lions this weekend. I spoke with Coach Strain and a few of the players about what has gotten them this far in the season and their plans for chasing down the #1 spot in the closing weeks.
Yeah, I mean, we've had a good season, and I think it's been nice to see our guys, come together. I mean, we brought in 21 new players, so there was a lot of guys that had to mesh, hadn't played together. We also had some guys of those 21 that came in at semester. So, to get them to gel and play together has been a real big, key for us so far this season. And, to see us put ourselves in a chance with 3 weeks to go, to have a chance to win a conference championship, the first one in school history, is exciting. But we also know we got a long ways to go, and we got 3 really big weeks ahead of us. Yeah, we'll have, for the most part, from the position player-wise, I think we're starting to get healthy, so I think we'll start to see our normal lineup in there, hopefully. We have a little bit banged up on the mounds. We've had to make some changes there, so, we'll still go with Austin Stone. We'll start on Fridays, and Brendan Doherty will start on Sundays. But Saturday we'll change, or that middle doubleheader, which this week it's Friday because of Easter. But we'll go with TJ Egloff and Zach Sundine that don't have a lot of starts but have done well the last couple weeks. And so, at this time of year, everybody's a little bit banged up, and we just have to have guys continue to step up, and so far they've done that.
Feels pretty good. I mean, job's not done yet. We've got a couple weeks left, and they are considered our hardest week, so I'm ready for it. So I think we just need to stay relaxed. I feel like we've tightened up at times during series, and that's why we come back with our losses. But if we come out strong, stay relaxed, we'll be fine.
With only 13 games left in the season and 8 of those against the #1 and #3 seeds in the division, the Roadrunners have their work cut out for them.
All right, well, good luck with Roadrunners baseball this weekend, and we will be sure to keep you posted here at the Met Report. Well, guys, with all this sunshine lately, any plans for the weekend?
Well, I'm just going to go hiking this weekend. I just want to miss that rain that's going to be coming on Sunday.
Yeah, there's a little bit of rain Sunday, but if you're headed out early, it's nothing to worry about.
All right, well, that's all the time we have on the Met Report. We'll see you next week.
And catch us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and our website, mymetmedia.com.